Well, this really did not get much attention at all. But last week, Indiana Governor Eric Holcomb granted clemency to a 41-year-old man with an inoperable stage 4 brain tumor who has weeks to live. His name is Tommy Alsman. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison for dealing meth in 2019, but getting released now to spend his final moments with his family. These are the types of cases Reform Alliance is trying to bring to the attention of lawmakers when they consider a bill right now that would allow more people who are dying in prison to be released to hospice care. And Reform's Chief Operating Officer Jessica Jackson is joining us live this morning to explain this. And you've been here before, and we always like to hear from you, an expert on these types of this type of legislation. Can you explain it, first of all, for those that maybe haven't followed it all or don't even know that this is being discussed here in Indiana? What is this legislation?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first, thank you for having me on, Angela. Always happy to see you and be on. So the bill is HB 1648, and what it would do is it would expand compassionate release. So we're talking about folks like Tommy, folks who are in our prison system who've been given a terminal diagnosis or who are very old. They've already spent at least 50 to 75% of their sentence in, or 10 plus years, and are over 65. Folks who are sick, dying in our prisons, giving them a chance to come home, die with dignity, and be with their families for their last few days.
There are those people that will hear this and they'll think that maybe somebody like someone who has committed a murder, and saying, well, why should they be given dignity at the end of their life? That might not apply to those folks that are incarcerated, but also there is a taxpayer component to this. Can you talk about that and why maybe others might want to support it because of those reasons?
Yeah. So look, the system itself has finite resources, right? And right now it is incredibly expensive to house somebody who requires that level of medical care. It's also almost impossible to be able to provide the medical care, the level of medical care that people who are terminally ill need when they're inside of prisons. That's why this has gained such massive public support, such bipartisan support. We were able to pass it through the House 89-1. Meaning that it just has support from both sides of the aisle, because it's not a threat to public safety. In fact, it's a public safety solution that frees up resources to spend on, preventing crimes, fighting crime, instead of just housing somebody who is in the last stages of life.
This is your area of expertise. This is what you do day in and day out. What is something else that maybe our viewers might not understand, or I wouldn't even know to ask you, that you think this is the most important element that you would like to get out to our viewers who are listening right now?
Yeah, I think this is about compassion. This is about empathy. I can understand that there's some people who feel like, you just want to make people suffer. But folks like Tommy, who's in there on a 10-year sentence for selling drugs, he made a bad decision. All of us have made bad decisions, right? But does that mean that he should die alone inside of a cold prison cell without getting to say proper goodbyes to his families? No, that's just cruel. That's just undignified, right? We want to let people die with dignity. We want to take care of their families too. The bill also makes sure that people's families find out in a timely fashion that they've been given this terminal diagnosis, and allows them to take care of their loved one in their final days when they come home.
I know soon you all are going to be speaking to, and I believe we're going to have the chance to as well, someone that didn't get that chance, who was days away from being released from prison, died alone in prison over a few days. And I think when people hear some of those specifics, they might have a change of heart. Jessica, as always, thank you for letting us see, the different sides of the situation here in Indiana. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
It is 8:46 right now, and Jim O'Brien is giving us a cold forecast.
Yeah.